2 months ago, I filmed this island for the first time, just as the Cormorant colony was beginning its nesting season. Now, 2 months later, I have returned to the same place. What was then the start of incubation has become a living colony, showing multiple stages of growth at once. This film follows that progression, a rare look at how a large cormorant colony develops over time on an island shaped by humans and claimed by nature. Cormorants are highly selective when choosing a nesting site. Each breeding season begins with a search for isolation, safety from predators, access to rich fishing grounds, and minimal disturbance. One of the world islands, just off the coast of Dubai, has quietly met all of these requirements. From the city, these islands appear close, almost within reach. From the birds' perspective, they are something entirely different, separated from daily human activity, unreachable by land predators, and surrounded by shallow, fish-rich waters. This contrast, proximity without intrusion, is what makes the location so effective. What was created as a bold human vision has unintentionally become a natural refuge. Once established, the colony quickly organizes itself. Cormorants form seasonal monogamous pairs, usually remaining together throughout the breeding cycle. Both parents are fully involved, selecting nest sites, incubating eggs, and feeding their young. Unlike natural islands, the world islands have almost no vegetation and no trees. As a result, the nests here are extremely simple. Shallow depressions formed directly in the sand, sometimes lightly reinforced with shells, small stones, or debris found along the shoreline. It is minimal, exposed, and highly efficient. The female lays 2 to 4 eggs, and incubation lasts approximately 24 to 30 days, with parents alternating between guarding the nest and fishing nearby. As the chicks hatch, the colony enters its most active stage. Newborn chicks are blind and completely dependent, fed directly by their parents through regurgitation. Growth is rapid. Within weeks, feathers appear, wings strengthen, and the island fills with movement and sound. At this point, different generations coexist side by side. Juvenile cormorants stand near nests where parents are still incubating eggs, a visible timeline of the colony's progress and a strong indicator of breeding success. The young cormorants seen here stand out immediately. Unlike the dark adults, many of the juveniles are almost entirely white, covered in thick, pale down that makes them highly visible across the island. This white coloration is typical of the early growth stages. It is not camouflage, quite the opposite. The down provides insulation and reflects heat, a critical advantage on an exposed sandy island with no shade or vegetation. Growth at this stage is exceptionally fast. Within just a few weeks, these bright white chicks increase dramatically in size. Their necks lengthen, their bodies fill out, and their movements become stronger and more confident. Gradually, the white down begins to shed. Patch by patch, it is replaced by darker juvenile feathers, gray to brown, signaling the transition toward adulthood. The contrast between generations becomes a visual timeline. White chicks, darker juveniles, and fully black adults all sharing the same space. On an island with no shelter, this rapid transformation is essential. The sooner the chicks grow, feather, and gain strength, the better their chances of survival. After 7 to 9 weeks, the young birds reach fledging age. They leave the nest, begin short flights, and gradually learn to fish independently. Parental care fades as confidence grows. As summer approaches and conditions shift, the colony begins to disperse. Adults and juveniles alike leave the island, joining wider migratory routes toward cooler regions and new feeding grounds. What remains is a quiet island once again, a temporary sanctuary defined not by vegetation or shelter, but by distance, silence, and perfect timing, until the cycle begins again. One of the most surprising moments during this filming was the bird's reaction, or rather the lack of it. The drone hovered at a very low altitude above the colony, yet the cormorants showed no signs of distress. They did not scatter, did not take flight, and did not interrupt their routine. They simply ignored it. This calm response made it possible to observe the colony as it truly is. Parents feeding chicks, juveniles moving through the sand, nests remaining active, without alarm or disruption. It offered a rare, unobstructed glimpse into their daily life, exactly as it unfolds when no threat is perceived. Moments like this are uncommon, and they are what make close, respectful documentation of wildlife possible.